Hey. Coach Wheeler here today, and what I want to bring to you is two words and things that these two words are going to help you to maintain or achieve things and bring you great results. Now, normally when my clients come to me, we're working through a presenting problem, an issue, a trigger, a relationship, something they might be having a problem with, or even something they want to attain. And it's like, how can I take myself to that next level? And we work through lots of different psychological things, the value system, basic human needs, and how they integrate that into their lives. And that's the trick. It's sometimes easy to know things, but it's like, how do we actually make that work? How do we put that into an everyday practice that I can take away and do myself? And we work on frameworks, and all those things are very personal. So I can't give you a one-stop shop fits all, but what I can give you is that when you take away those things or you learn something about yourself that you need to do, these two words help you achieve amazing things. And those two words are discipline and consistency. Discipline and consistency are brilliant words, because with discipline, you can push yourself through those times when you don't want to do something. You don't want to get up in the morning and go to work. You want to stay in bed till 10 o'clock. You don't want to do this. You don't want to go for a run. You don't want to stick to your diet. You don't want to stick to your fasting. Your partner's going on about something that you don't really want to do. There's those jobs around the house that you want to put off to another day. But discipline helps you get through those things. And when you do, you then push yourself to those boundaries that you think, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to say yes to that. I am going to support this. As long as it's in line with your values and the world around you and your principles and your human needs, let's not go chasing after things that are not meant for us. I'm not sitting here saying trying to do everything for everyone, because that ain't going to work. I can tell you that now. You don't need a session for that. But what I will tell you is that in line with your values and the things that are important to you, discipline will help you get there. It's like going to the gym, pushing yourself in those moments when you don't want to do it, you can't be bothered to do it, it's not going your way, this, blah, blah, blah. Discipline pushes you through that. Then consistency adds what it is. Consistency adds that repetition. It becomes part of your life, becomes part of your daily routine. And then it becomes a lifestyle where you don't have to think about it. Well, it's something that I've always done. Something that we just integrate into our everyday life. So discipline and consistency will bring you so much. Then from those two things, in line with your values and your basic human needs and the world around you and what you want to achieve or overcome or get to or whatever it is you're trying to figure out for life, discipline and consistency will then lead to self-control, because then in those moments you think, well, I have the discipline to know what's right for me, I have the consistency to do it all the time, that it builds an inner strength, a superpower within inside us, that is that it's our self-belief, our self-esteem, our confidence, that experience that we've done it all the time, we keep doing through it, we know, well, for the last 6 months I've done that thing. Who knew that I could do that? My fasting, my exercising, making time for date nights, making time for my children, my wife, my job, my learning, my exercising, my intelligence, all of those different things. I had the discipline to stick to it and the consistency to keep doing it. And it's now given me the self-control. And they say people with self-control are unshakable. And imagine a person that's unshakable. Nothing's going to trigger them. So those problems that you might have had can't trigger you, because you have the discipline and the consistency to maintain the values and the principles and the basic human needs that you want to get to the life that you want. Because life's always going to throw problems your way. You're always going to have a difficult day. Your boss is going to give you a hard time. Your relationship might not always be as smooth as it wants to be. Your diet and your health might not always be on that even keel. You might have days when you get up one morning, you think, well, I've been sticking to my diet, I haven't been drinking, I haven't been smoking, I haven't been doing all these things, and yet I feel run down, I feel tired. Maybe you need a break. That doesn't mean to say that you can't indulge yourself. Sometimes when people come to me, they'll be like, well, this happened and that happened and it triggered me and I felt depressed and sad, and then I felt suicidal and I went down the pub and I got drunk, I threw a load of alcohol down my throat and I put a load of gear up my nose. And then I was in La La Land. For a few days, I took a trip to Disneyland. You put the Mickey Mouse out on and took a trip to Disneyland. That's all well and good for a few days. And there's no problem if you decide to do some of those things. I mean, I'm not saying that you should do any of those things. If you can avoid all of them, then that's really good. But if you decide one night to go out and have a party and to get drunk, it's your friend's birthday, you're celebrating an anniversary, your friend's stag do. If you decide to do that because you have the discipline, consistency and self-control to have that as part of your integrating into your life, that's cool. But if you're using those things as a as a comfort zone for a trigger or an issue or a presenting problem or something you're not maintaining, or because you know things don't sit right with you and you don't want to face it, so instead of facing it you run away and go down a pub, and like I said, you get on it. That's not going to help. Those things, I'm sorry to tell you, are not going to bring you any joy. It's good to go out and have a few beers with the mates and have a laugh and all those things. I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm saying control those things with discipline, consistency and self-control. And in line with your value system and your human needs, you're going to achieve great things. Most of the time with all of my clients, when we go through the value system, their basic human needs, and we discover whatever it is that they need to overcome, or they might be super angry, they might be depressed, they might be lost, they might think, is this my life? I don't know. We work through to find a plan, and with that plan we integrate that plan, which is personal to everyone. It's personal to you, to me. I have a plan for myself that I'm working on, but to get through that I need discipline and consistency. And when I add those two things into as my values, I get great results. And from those great results, I then have self-control to think, okay, I'm living the life that I want. I'm fulfilling my values, I'm fulfilling my purpose. As a mindset, purpose and life coach, that's what I help people do, is adjust your mindset, fulfill your purpose, and then go out and live your life and do it to the best of your ability. There are things that I'm working on that I need discipline and consistency to maintain those. And then when I have that, I have self-control. So when an obstacle comes my way, or a trigger, or something that happens that I think, oh, not this again, I then use that self-control and think, right, I have the discipline to stay in line with my values, to not fall prey to that moment of weakness where, I'm going to get on the juice and go out and get hammered and wash my cares away. Because what happens is, in the morning you get a little tap on the shoulder from that reoccurring problem, you've got a hangover, you've got no money, and you feel down, and it's like, we're still here, we still need to be taken care of, what are you going to do about the problems that you've created? And then you sit there and think, oh, what am I going to do? And then people come to me. But this is what I'm trying to help you with today. And I hope that discipline and consistency, if you can understand that and integrate that into whatever it is that you want from life, in line with your values and your human needs and things you want to go for. And it can be something as simple as learning an instrument, or going to the gym and trying to achieve a personal best, or losing a bit of extra weight, but maintaining that lost weight because you have the discipline and consistency and you're in line with your values, but it helps you get through those things. And it's really important to remember that. So I hope that those words today inspire you, and it brings something to you. And maybe there's something that you're going through at the moment that you think, wow, maybe if I had a bit of discipline and a bit of consistency and I keep that in line with my values, I wonder how that might go. And if it's only words, just give it a try. Integrate that into your life and see how that helps. Let me know how you get on. If you've got any questions, fire them back at me. Like, subscribe, and tell all your friends about Coach Wheeler. I hope you beautiful people have a wonderful day, and I love you all. Peace.